Hi everyone, my name is Sandra Bichel. Welcome to our live session, Global Trends on the Job Market by Career Angels. As you might be able to imagine, being a career consultant, one of the questions we receive most often and have been receiving since the very beginning of the pandemic is it a good time to be looking for a job? Is the job market a good one? I have two job opportunities. Should I take them? Should I stay where I am? How much time will I need to look for a new job? Should I look for a job if I don't have another one? Or on the other hand, questions like, well, do you think will it be easy to find candidates currently? So, ever since the very beginning of the pandemic, Career Angels has been tracking what we call market signals. Market signals are, as they say, signals from the market, meaning we wanted to understand what kind of data we could use to interpret whether the job market is a good one, a difficult one, a challenging one, etc. So, for now 23 months, we have gathered 6,772 data points, over 400 insights from executives, HR directors, and executive search consultants. We have published 83 monthly reports, 407 daily updates, and 11 special reports. For a boutique company, that's quite an achievement, I would say. If you want to have access to what we have been producing over the last 2 years, I recommend you check out our SlideShare account or check out our website directly to download the special reports. Now, one other thing you can do, of course, is also go onto our showcase page on LinkedIn and click follow on our market signals page. Almost forgot about that one. So as I said, tracking the supply of candidates in one on meaning on the one hand, how are unemployment rates shaping up, or demand for candidates, in other words, how many companies are hiring, how many job ads are active, etc. That data can be useful from an employer's perspective, meaning more demand for candidates, salary and or benefit packages go up. If there is less demand, post and pray might work or might not work. So it is important to understand from an employer's perspective, how flexible can you be? Do you really have to pay a certain amount of money to recruitment companies? Maybe there are enough qualified candidates on the market and simply posting a job ad is more than enough. And then on the other hand, and this is what I started mentioning at the very beginning, from a candidate's perspective, really understanding and having a good feeling of the job market helps us translate the job market dynamics into job search efforts on the one hand, but also understanding from the different perspective, how much can you push, for example, in salary negotiations. We're streaming today on 3 platforms. By now, StreamYard probably has caught up with YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So if at any point you have questions, simply post in the comment section and I will see that. So the questions we'll be answering today, and I recommend that you try to answer the questions either in the comment section or just try to answer the questions for yourself to see if you have a good feeling of or intuition about the job market in Europe. So, which European country is the winner of December 2021 in terms of unemployment? Has unemployment in Europe increased over the last year? Yes, no, or maybe there's no change. Which European region is the winner of January 2022 in terms of demand for candidates? In other words, where is it a good time to be a candidate in Europe currently? Have there been more executive candidates per job ad in December than in November 2021? In other words, does post and pray work? Which European country is the loser of January 2022 in terms of demand for candidates? In other words, which country is not a good country to be in if you're actively looking for a job? And how many European candidates have noted a decrease in unemployment levels since January 2021? So let's have a look at the global overview in the number of changes of published LinkedIn job ads, Europe versus Africa versus the Americas since early December 2021 up until now. As of last Monday, you can see that demand is up in all the regions, which is overall good news. Now, very specifically, we also track 10 countries in Africa based on the International Monetary Fund data, United Nations Population Division. So the winners of January 2022, Angola is up by 132.23%, followed by Tanzania and Ethiopia. On the other hand, and this is positive, on the loser side, we do not have decreases, but those are the smallest increases. Egypt plus 0.48%, South Africa 0.80%, and Algeria 1.68%. So that's very good news for candidates in Africa. We have a strong start into the new year with more demand for candidates. Then let's have a look at the Americas. North America, we track Canada, Mexico, the United States. Then 6 countries across Central America and 11 countries in South America. When we look at the Americas, the winners, Cuba plus 144%, Honduras plus 22.56%, Guatemala plus 21.47%. On the other hand, the difficult job markets, or the most difficult job markets looking at January 2022, are Brazil, Paraguay, and Mexico. Then we also have a look at the top 20 global economies from United States, China, Japan, Germany, UK, India, France, etc., up until Switzerland and Turkey. In case you're wondering, economy number 21 would be Poland. So let's see how the job market has changed in those top 20 global economies. In more than half of the countries, we see an increase in demand for candidates. Italy takes the lead here with an increase of 33.68%. So Italy has added about almost 40,000 new job ads within a month. Japan plus 20%, Canada almost plus 20%. So overall, up until France, plus 3.51%. The remaining countries see a decrease. For example, Spain minus 3.64%, the Netherlands minus 20.9%, Brazil minus 24.86%, China minus 51.79%. So overall, in percentage, worldwide, there is a slight decline, but more than half sees an actual increase. And more specifically, let's have a look at Europe. Across Europe, we track 38 countries, and those are then further divided into different regions. Southeastern Europe, Western Europe, Northern Europe, Visegrad countries, Southern Europe, Baltics, Benelux, DACH, and Iberia. So let's have a look more specifically. Overall, in January, you can see ups and downs, but once we calculate that, it means we see an increase of plus 0.19%, which means another 5,000 job ads added in Europe. Comparing that to same time last year, you can see that same time last year, the job market was a better one for candidates. So yes, it's better, but it was better last year. When we look specifically at the regions, the winning regions is again the Baltic countries, plus 21.27%. So looking for a job in the Baltics is much, much easier than in other regions in Europe. And when you compare same time last year, they have almost 3 times the amount of active job ads than same time last year, meaning 2021. Then Ukraine has finally doubled almost their number of job ads. They had on December 27, 18,876 job ads. And on January 31st, it was 42,807 job ads. So that's good, plus 126.78%. And I have to say, I mean, you can see the curve here finally, because looking back, they actually already had more than 200,000 active job ads, and now it's only 42,000. So those differences are substantial from a candidate perspective. Same time last year, yes, now it's better, but a year ago it was much better. Then when we look at the losing region, here definitely that goes to Iberia, minus 35.28%. So in Iberia, 50,000 job ads have disappeared within 4 weeks. Same time last year was again much better, was much easier being a candidate a year ago in Iberia than this year. The losing country goes to Portugal with a decrease of minus 65.27%. Again, within a couple of weeks, the Portuguese job market has lost a bit more than 50,000 job ads. Comparing that to same time last year, we had 160,000 active job ads. This year it's now I said it the wrong way. It's the other way around. Last year it was 160,000, this year 20,000. So the difference is substantial. Further good news, Germany, an important economy in Europe, is up 5.4%. So they started the year with slightly under a million job ads, and we're now at a little bit over a million job ads on LinkedIn. Comparing to same time last year, Germany is doing better. And again, if you're joining us from YouTube, Facebook, or LinkedIn, feel free to comment or ask questions. If you are actively looking for a job, while your questions come in and I'll answer the questions that I asked at the very beginning, I'd like to recommend joining our Hidden Job Market group on LinkedIn, where we share job ad gems for experienced managers and executives. We also have a dedicated remote edition in case you enjoy working from home and want to continue doing that. There are companies who have already said that they are not going back, or they are open to hiring exclusively on a remote basis. We will also have a community event for our Challenge Accepted community, career decisions for managers and executives, heart versus mind, who wins and what can you do about it, that I'd like to invite you to. You have to register by email by February 8th at 12 noon for the event that then happens on February 15th. And if you want to read more about our Challenge Accepted community, you'll find the link in the comment section. Okay, now let's have a look at overall January 2021 up until January 2022. So overall Europe, I mean, you can see the curve last year until the first half year of last year was pretty good. And since July 19, the job market is struggling. with a slight upward tendency, but comparing last year to this year, we're still minus 10.74% down. The biggest annual increases go to Northern Macedonia plus 2000 plus 271.58%, Bosnia and Herzegovina plus 220%, Andorra plus 214.81%. On the other hand, the job markets that have been hit the most last year: Portugal minus 75.36%, Ukraine minus 72.83%, Switzerland minus 62.82%. Now, looking at absolute numbers, when we look at the change in the number of published job ads on LinkedIn, so demand for candidates in Europe that are hired through that platform, for all 38 countries, in 26 countries out of those 38 countries, demand for candidates is up. So it's better to be a candidate in those markets. On the other hand, in 12 countries, the demand for candidates is unfortunately down. Now, this is not the only thing we need to know. The other aspect to remember is also compare that to unemployment rates. Demand alone is not enough. We also need to look at supply. So for here we look at Eurostat's 28 countries out of those 38 share and have shared the most recent data for January to December 2021. And in 15 countries, unemployment has gone up, which you might remember when we were looking at the data for up until Q3 of last year, unemployment was down in almost all of the countries, but the fourth quarter shows that unemployment has increased for 15 countries. Back to the initial levels is Cyprus and Estonia, and in 11 countries unemployment is down, and the best result goes to Greece, that has decreased unemployment rates from 16.1 to 12.7%. Another KPI that we track is the number of candidates per job ads for senior, manager, and executive roles. You can also see beginning of last year, lots of candidates, lots happening, and you can tell how that correlates with higher unemployment rates. Since November, that number has gone up from 10 candidates per job ad to, on average, almost 40 candidates per job ad. In other words, post and pray could work, depending, of course, on the country and the function or role that you're hiring for. So from a candidate's perspective, I do recommend you look up your own country and compare supply and demand. More job ads, less unemployment means less effort needed in the job search. Less job ads, same or higher unemployment, of course, means that you will need to spend 2 to 3 times more effort and expect longer job search time. What is true irrespective of the market dynamics? In today's world, you need 2 CVs, one for humans, meaning one that you send to headhunters, executive search consultants, your network, and a different CV for applicant tracking systems. You should use all 4 job search channels: headhunters, job ads, direct approach, and activate your network. And of course, this is no news, be sure that you have consistent personal branding. If you'd like to get some input on your job search efforts, have questions to your job search or career management in general, feel free to get in touch with us, request a CV report or a career consultation. I will now be circling back to the questions I asked at the very beginning, and this is also the last chance for you to ask a couple of questions if you want me to answer them live. Otherwise, as most of you do anyway, feel free to send me a LinkedIn message with your question or an email. So, which European region is the winner of January 2022 in terms of demand for candidates? Here we have a clear winner, which is the Baltics region. Has unemployment in Europe increased over the last year? Here the answer is definitely yes. Up until quarter 3, the answer would have been no. There was actually a decrease, but last quarter of 2021 has changed things quite a bit. Which European country is the loser of January 2022 in terms of demand for candidates? We all remember it's Portugal. Have there been more executive candidates per job ad in December than in November? Yes, more, from 10 to almost 40, sorry. Which European country is the winner of December 2021 in terms of unemployment? Here we said the biggest decrease goes to Greece. And how many European countries have noted a decrease in unemployment levels? It's, I'd have to say, unfortunately, only 11. If you want to check out other resources that we have, one of them I want to mention is our course on Udemy, called Every Step of the Job Search Explained and Backed by Research. We also have a very active YouTube channel, actually in 2 languages, one dedicated in English, another one dedicated in Polish, if you're interested. And if you say what Career Angels is doing is fantastic and very useful, you can buy us a virtual coffee or simply say thank you by following and subscribing to our different channels. And as I can see, there are no extra questions, at least not in this live session. In that case, all I can do is thank you very much for joining, and I'm looking forward to reading from you your emails and messages on LinkedIn. See you again in a month. Thank you.